Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This will be my second voiceover. I hope I didn't annoy you too badly with the first one. But in this video, I wanted to talk about how I got into the idea that I would do basically every single piece of artwork. And then as I was drawing this, I realized, you know what? I should have a specialty, and my specialty should be pen and ink. So I immediately texted Bobby, and I was like, hey, I think my specialty is pen and ink and Copic markers. And he was like, yeah, I know. And I said, what do you mean you know? And his response was, you're really good with pens and ink. And I just kind of sat there and I was like, I am. But then I was really thinking, oh, he's right. I am. And I don't know why I didn't think of it before. I always thought about it in general, but I never really thought about it as I don't want to say profession because that sounds bad, but as a legit specialty for some reason. I thought specialties would be something like paints, oil painting, using pastels, watercolors, things like that. Just now in my head I was thinking colored pencils, but that kind of falls into what I'm talking about. Traditional media is what I should actually say. But I'm really good. I just sounded so conceited right there. I apologize. But I think I am very talented with pens. Just different kinds of pens. And I can go into what makes a pen and why it should be my favorite. And I think, sorry, I got distracted. I'm in the car waiting for my dad to come out, and I literally just saw this Doughboy cart thing that looks like it should be at the Big E. Which reminds me, the Big E is actually, this weekend? I'm trying to figure out when I'm uploading this video. So, it'll probably be uploaded tomorrow, the 13th. So, if you're seeing this later, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. So let me just text my dad and tell him that I'm actually here, so he knows, so he can come out and be like, hey, let's go. Yeah, so my specialty is going to be pen and ink specifically. I'm going to try to make a few videos on why I think it should be my specialty and why. I don't know if I chose it. I think it more chose me. I got really good with drawing and doodling in pen at a very young age, maybe 12, 13, around those areas. But before that, I used colored pencils or crayons because they were a nice waxy. And if you don't know me, I really despise unsharpened pencils. And for some reason, that is all I ever had. That's why I buy 20 dozen sharpeners and get so many school supplies and different things. And that's just how I grew up. I'd buy... You remember those Uniball pens? Not Uniball. I think it was, they were ballpoint pens, but I can't remember what kinds. But they were the clear plastic with the little blue caps on them. And you could get them in batches of, let's say, 20 in a pack. My mom would buy me those for school, and I would end up using them for drawing and doodling. I'd try so hard not to draw in my school books, but it's just a habit. You get a mechanical pencil in a kid's hand, and you're talking about isosceles triangles or something, and they just want to color. So I doodle on everything, or even on the edges of my notebooks, and I tried so hard not to, But seeing that like negative space or that white space, whatever you want to call it, you'd want to just put something there, make it look nice, make it entertaining for you to look at. That's why when I got to college, I liked buying those packs of pens that came with like rainbow colors, and you'd be so excited to use them. And they just made life more interesting every day. Oh, hold on. They made life so much more interesting. You would then, I don't know. You would then like, everything seemed more magical to a kid. In high school, like, I even had this little mini tattoo service with Sharpies in my high school. I would charge you like, let's say, I think 25 cents. Sometimes it was like a penny, because I needed like a quarter to go get some more curly fries or something, because I didn't have enough, because I had already gotten my free reduced lunch. So I was like, but I'm still hungry. So I would go and do that. I would give people Sharpie tattoos. Now that I think about it, like the more ink I used, the more people probably got like ink poisoning from me. And I felt bad, but at the same time, you had a really cool design on your arm. I had a really cool design on my arm because I would do these designs like during my science class, because our lunch period, it was really weird. It was a split period. So you'd be in class, and then all of a sudden your teacher would dismiss you for lunch, but after lunch you would come straight back to that classroom and then finish up and then go to your next class. It was really, really odd now that I think about it. They couldn't just have like, they were called waves, that's what it was. So if you were first wave, you would go to lunch first, then you would go to your class. If you had second wave, you'd go to your class for like a couple minutes, get your papers ready, then go to lunch. If you had third wave, which is what I had, you would be in class for like, let's say 30 minutes, half an hour, and then you'd go to lunch, you'd get like a 10-20 minute lunch, and then you'd come back to class for like the last 10 or 15 minutes, and then leave for your next class, obviously. And then fourth wave obviously would go at the end of your lunch. But yeah, oh, bye.